It is such a treat to be back here at St Andrews.
And capacity to squeeze fun out of any situation were all irrepressible.
I think there were not many people who understood just how broad his interests were.
The royal family is buzzing after an alleged secret from the Queen herself surfaced, thanks to Princess Anne's surprising words. Could Kate Middleton now hold the keys to some of history's most iconic jewels? The truth might shock you. Watch closely and hit subscribe for more explosive royal updates. It wasn't a press release. It wasn't a carefully written royal announcement. It was something far more surprising. A quiet slip from Princess Anne that left royal watchers stunned and insiders whispering. Imagine the scene. Anne, known for being straightforward, suddenly lets something major slip. Not in anger, not by accident, but in that subtle way she has, where every word feels deliberate. And this time, her words weren't about charity or duty or even her own role. They were about Kate Middleton. What she revealed painted a completely different picture of Queen Elizabeth's final vision. Because according to Anne, the late Queen left behind something personal, powerful, and almost unbelievable. A private wish, kept hidden for years, that has now come bubbling to the surface. And it wasn't just about a simple gift. No, this was far bigger. The Queen's secret centered on jewels, but not just any jewels. These were pieces so legendary, so tied to royal history, that their very presence changes how people see Kate today. So why now? Why would Princess Anne choose this moment to pull back the curtain? What was it about these jewels that made them more than sparkle, made them symbols of something deeper? Keep watching, because once you hear which treasures we're talking about, you'll see exactly why the palace walls are buzzing. Queen Elizabeth II was not someone who left things to chance. For more than 7 decades, she navigated crises, traditions, and the endless demands of monarchy with a steady hand. To the world, she projected calm. But behind the scenes, she was also incredibly strategic. Think about it. A monarch who reigned through wars, global change, and family challenges. Every choice she made carried weight, which makes this alleged secret all the more fascinating. Because if Anne's words are true, then Elizabeth had been planning something long before anyone realized. According to the whispers, the Queen quietly arranged for specific jewels from her personal collection to be passed directly to Kate. Not Camilla, not anyone else in the family, Kate. And these weren't crown jewels locked in a vault, meant only for display. These were the Queen's own treasures, pieces she wore, loved, and guarded. But why Kate? Why this careful handover of pieces drenched in history? The answer seems simple, but carries layers. Elizabeth wasn't just passing down diamonds. She was, in her own quiet way, shaping the future. Every jewel selected was meant as a message, a symbol that Kate was ready for more than just titles. She was ready for responsibility. And here's the twist. This wasn't something made public when Elizabeth was alive. Instead, it remained a silent agreement, a plan kept between the Queen, Kate, and perhaps a select few in the family, until Anne brought it into the light. Now, with King Charles leading the monarchy, the timing of Anne's words feels deliberate, almost like she wanted the world to know that Elizabeth's vision didn't end with her reign. It continues through Kate. But what were these treasures that carried so much meaning? Let's start with one of the most iconic tiaras ever created. The first jewel is legendary, the Cartier Halo Tiara. It's not just a piece of jewelry, it's a story woven in platinum and diamonds. Designed in 1936, this tiara is made up of 739 brilliant cut diamonds and 149 baguette diamonds, all arranged in a swirl that looks almost hypnotic. It was purchased by King George VI for his wife, the Queen Mother. Later, it was given to Queen Elizabeth II when she turned 18, marking her step into adulthood and royal duty. Over the decades, the tiara wasn't hidden away. It was loaned to Princess Margaret, then to Princess Anne, each time symbolizing trust and belonging. But its most iconic moment came in 2011, when Kate Middleton walked down the aisle wearing it on her wedding day to Prince William. That moment wasn't just romantic, it was transformative. As Kate stepped into Westminster Abbey with the halo tiara glittering in her hair, it was as though the tiara itself crowned a new chapter for the monarchy, a subtle but powerful stamp of approval. Now, according to Anne's revelation, the tiara is no longer just a loan, it's Kate's. And that's monumental. It means she isn't just wearing a piece from the royal vault. She's holding a legacy passed from queen to queen. Think about what that says. The Queen Mother wore it, Elizabeth wore it, Kate wore it. 3 generations connected by one glittering circle of diamonds. That's not an accident, that's a deliberate lineage, a royal breadcrumb trail pointing toward Kate's future. And yet, as breathtaking as the halo tiara is, it's only the beginning. Because the next jewel makes this story even more powerful. If the tiara was a nod of approval, the Nizam of Hyderabad necklace was thunder in diamond form. Gifted to Queen Elizabeth in 1947 by the Nizam of Hyderabad, one of the richest men in the world at the time, this necklace is a masterpiece. Crafted in platinum, dripping with diamonds, and estimated at more than $60 million, it's not just jewelry. It's practically a royal empire around your neck. For years, Elizabeth wore it with pride at major events, making it a centerpiece of her personal collection. But what makes it especially significant now is how and when Kate wore it. In 2014, she stepped into the National Portrait Gallery reception with this colossal necklace glittering against her gown. Later, she appeared at the Diplomatic Corps reception in 2019 wearing it again. Both events weren't just glamorous, they were loaded with symbolism. Why? Because the Queen didn't hand out this necklace lightly. Lending it to Kate for those key occasions was like sending a message. Kate wasn't just beside William, she was already stepping into the Queen's shoes. And now if Anne's words are accurate, that necklace has officially been entrusted to Kate. Imagine the weight of history around her neck, not just the diamonds, but the story they tell. A necklace that began as a royal wedding gift in 1947 passed through Elizabeth's hands and now rests with Kate. This wasn't about sparkle, it was about power. The power of legacy, the power of continuity, and the power of preparing Kate for a role that will soon be hers. And if that wasn't enough to turn heads, there's one more piece in the secret collection that adds another layer to the story. The Greville chandelier earrings aren't just accessories, they're storytellers. First handed down in 1942 to the Queen Mother from Dame Margaret Greville, they are a dazzling blend of platinum and diamonds. These earrings feature every cut imaginable: emerald, half moon, trapeze, all woven together to create a masterpiece of light. Queen Elizabeth wore them often, pairing them with gowns and tiaras that defined her image of elegance. And now, they've found their way to Kate. Her most memorable moment with them? The wedding of Crown Prince Hussein of Jordan in 2023. Kate paired the chandelier earrings with the iconic lover's knot tiara, and the result was unforgettable. Cameras flashed, critics raved, and for many watching, it wasn't just about fashion. It was a declaration. The earrings tied Kate directly to the Queen's personal style. And now, as Anne suggests, they're not just borrowed, they're hers. Which means every time Kate puts them on, she's not just accessorizing. She's continuing a story that started with the Queen Mother, flowed through Elizabeth, and now rests on her own shoulders. But here's the part that makes this reveal even more striking. It wasn't just about the jewels themselves. It was about the timing, the meaning, and the decision of Anne to speak up now. Princess Anne has always been known for her no-nonsense approach. She doesn't play games, she doesn't chase headlines, and she doesn't waste words. So when she mentioned the secret, it raised a very big question. Why now? Some believe it was her way of honoring her mother's quiet plan. Others think it was about timing. Charles has taken the throne, the monarchy is stepping into a new era, and Anne wanted to remind the world that Elizabeth's vision is still alive. Whatever the reason, her words felt more like a carefully timed signal than an accident. Almost like she wanted the world to know that Kate's role isn't just about standing beside William. It's about holding the torch for the future. Anne has been there, seen it all, lived through decades of royal history. If anyone knows how her mother thought, it's her. And so, when she said what she said, it wasn't gossip. It was confirmation. Confirmation that the Queen's faith in Kate wasn't just quiet admiration. It was a strategic move for the survival of the monarchy itself. And that's where the story takes on its deepest meaning. From the very beginning, Kate was different. She wasn't loud, she wasn't flashy. She brought something else: quiet strength, composure, and a sense of normalcy the royal family desperately needed. Her campaigns have been focused on real issues: mental health, children's well-being, and modern approaches to royal transparency. And through it all, she's balanced motherhood, duty, and constant public attention with grace. This is what made her stand out to Elizabeth. Because while others in the family chased attention, Kate simply did the work. She didn't need headlines, her consistency spoke louder. Now, with the jewels in her possession, that message is even clearer. Every time she wears them, it's not just fashion. It's Elizabeth's voice echoing through history, saying, "This is the one. This is the woman who carries the crown forward." Kate isn't waiting for William to become king to step into her role. She's already proving, piece by piece, event by event, that she's ready for the responsibilities that come with being queen consort. But here's the bigger question: what happens next? When you step back and look at all of this together, the picture that emerges is much larger than jewels or fashion. It's a picture of continuity, strategy, and vision, something Queen Elizabeth was known for her entire reign. She rarely explained her intentions outright. Instead, she moved quietly, often letting actions and symbols carry the weight of her message. The Cartier halo tiara, the Nizam of Hyderabad necklace, the Greville earrings, each of these pieces is priceless in terms of money. But their true value lies in what they represent. They're not just glittering accessories, they're markers on a timeline, guiding the monarchy forward. Think of the tiara first. For decades, it was passed between women of strength in the family. The Queen Mother wore it, Elizabeth wore it, and now Kate holds it. That alone is a story of endurance. 3 generations of women using the same crown of diamonds as they stepped into the spotlight. And now it rests with Kate, signaling that she is the next in line to carry that tradition into a new era. Then there's the Nizam of Hyderabad necklace. It's so much more than just platinum and diamonds. This necklace has traveled through history, representing wealth, diplomacy, and prestige. For the Queen, it was a symbol of her early reign. For Kate, it's a symbol of stepping into leadership before the crown even touches her head. Every time she wears it, the world is reminded. She is not just supporting William, she is already functioning like a queen in her own right. And the earrings? They're perhaps the most personal. Worn often by the Queen herself, they carry the memories of decades of public appearances, state events, and quiet moments of elegance. Now, when Kate wears them, she's not only honoring Elizabeth's memory, she's declaring that the values of loyalty, duty, and service didn't vanish with one reign. They continue alive and visible in the next. But here's where things become even more fascinating. These jewels are not locked away in glass cases. They're worn. They're shown to the world. That means every time Kate steps out with them, she's telling a story. A story about tradition, yes, but also about evolution. She has the ability to merge history with modernity, to show that the monarchy can adapt while still holding on to its roots. Imagine the possibilities. Imagine Kate attending a state banquet where the world's most powerful leaders gather. She walks in wearing the Nizam of Hyderabad necklace, and instantly the cameras flash. The necklace isn't just decoration, it's a silent declaration of seniority, of stability, of continuity. It says, the monarchy is still strong, the line is secure. Or picture her at a diplomatic event abroad wearing the Cartier halo tiara. That tiara, with its swirling diamonds, tells every onlooker that she is not just a guest or a consort in waiting. She is the future of the crown. The weight of 3 generations sits on her head, and she carries it with ease. Even the earrings, seemingly small compared to the tiara or necklace, carry enormous meaning. When Kate wore them at Crown Prince Hussein's wedding, the reaction was global. She wasn't just another guest in the room, she commanded attention. And in that moment, the earrings became a bridge, connecting her to the women who came before her and signaling her readiness to carry the monarchy forward. This is why Anne's reveal matters so much. It confirms that Elizabeth wasn't simply gifting jewelry. She was leaving tools of influence, of symbolism, of power. She understood that in a world where every royal appearance is photographed, analyzed, and discussed, what Kate wears is more than fashion, it's communication. And think about the emotional weight. For Kate, these aren't just sparkling heirlooms. They're pieces tied to the Queen's trust. Imagine placing that Cartier halo tiara on your head, knowing it once belonged to the Queen Mother, then to Elizabeth, and now to you. Imagine fastening the Nizam necklace and feeling the weight not just of diamonds, but of history pressing against your collarbone. These are not light moments. They are heavy, filled with meaning. And Kate knows it. The bigger picture here is legacy. Elizabeth wanted to ensure that her reign didn't end with her. She wanted it to flow forward, seamlessly, into the hands of someone steady, loyal, and strong. By placing these jewels with Kate, she made her choice clear. She wasn't just supporting Kate as William's wife. She was preparing her to be the backbone of the monarchy's next chapter. And now the world is watching. Every event Kate attends becomes an opportunity to reinforce that vision. Will she bring back the halo tiara for an official banquet? Will the Nizam necklace make an appearance at a moment of international importance? Will the chandelier earrings sparkle again at a high-profile event where she needs to project authority and grace? Each choice will matter. Each appearance will speak volumes, whether Kate addresses it directly or not. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to keep exploring the hidden strategies behind royal traditions, check out the next deep dive waiting for you right here. Because of this story, it's only just beginning.